Hello friends, welcome back to my YouTube channel. Having explored everything about lightning in detail during our previous classes, we are able to notice that lightning remains an unpredictable natural phenomenon. Imagine a single bolt of lightning discharges millions of volts from the cloud in an instant. This strikes, without warning, tearing through the atmosphere, searching for the fastest route to the ground. Imagine if such high voltage runs directly through a power line, or critical infrastructures. It will result to equipment damage, blackouts, financial losses, and in some cases, lead to loss of human life. This is the unpredictable and often devastating nature of lightning. But as engineers, or scientists, we do not just accept that risk, we protect our systems against it. So, today we will analyze the protection schemes designed to defend our power systems and properties from lightning discharges. Now, stay tuned as we take the lead. Welcome back, friends. If you are new to my YouTube channel, please support my channel by subscribing to the channel. It will motivate me to keep bringing you awesome contents. Thank you for subscribing. Let us now move on to the topic of today. As lightning discharge remains natural and unpredictable disaster, providing proactive and reliable protection schemes remain the sole solution to it. So, let us quickly analyze the protection systems against lightning discharge. These include the followings. Number 1. Lightning arrestors, or surge arrestors. These devices protect electrical systems by diverting surge voltages caused by lightning, or switching operations safely to the ground. They act as a safety valve, reducing voltage surges that could damage equipment. Lightning arrestors are typically installed near transformers, switchgear, and other critical components. Number 2. Grounding or earthing systems. Grounding systems provide a safe path for electrical currents to dissipate into the earth. This is crucial during lightning strikes, as it helps prevent excess voltage from building up in the system. A good grounding system ensures that the voltage surge is safely directed into the ground, protecting both people and equipment. Proper grounding involves using conductive materials like copper rods, or plates buried in the earth, and maintaining low resistance. Number 3. Overhead ground wires. These wires are installed above power transmission lines, to intercept lightning strikes before they hit the conductors. Shield wires are grounded at regular intervals, providing a path for the lightning current to safely dissipate into the earth. This reduces the risk of direct lightning strikes on the power lines, which can cause significant damage. Number 4. Surge protectors. Surge protectors are devices installed at substations and distribution points to safeguard electrical equipment from voltage surges. They work by limiting the voltage surge to a safe level, preventing it from reaching sensitive equipment. Surge protectors can be designed to handle various levels of surges, and are crucial in protecting transformers, switchgear, and other critical components. Number 5. Insulation coordination. This involves selecting insulation materials and levels that can withstand the expected voltage surges caused by lightning or other electrical disturbances. Proper insulation coordination ensures that the electrical system can handle transient overvoltages without failing. It involves careful planning and selection of insulation materials based on the system's voltage levels and expected surge conditions. Number 6. Line arrestors. Line arrestors are surge arrestors installed directly on transmission lines to protect against overvoltages caused by lightning strikes. They are particularly useful in areas with high lightning activity, or where transmission lines are exposed to direct strikes. Line arrestors help prevent damage to the transmission lines and associated equipment. Number 7. Use of shielded cables. Shielded or underground cables reduce the risk of direct lightning strikes on power lines. The shielding layer in these cables provides a path for the lightning current to flow safely to the ground, protecting the internal conductors. Underground cables are further protected by their burial depth and surrounding earth, which provides additional insulation against lightning strikes. Number 8. Proper tower design and placement. The design and placement of transmission towers play a significant role in lightning protection. Towers with low footing resistance, the resistance between the tower and the earth, can effectively dissipate lightning currents into the ground. Using tall structures can also help control strike points, directing lightning strikes away from critical equipment. Number 9. Zoning and layout planning. This involves strategically planning the layout of electrical systems and equipment to minimize the risk of lightning damage. Sensitive equipment is placed in protected zones away from high-risk areas, like direct strike zones. This planning helps reduce the exposure of critical equipment to lightning surges and ensures that the system remains functional even during lightning events. Lastly, regular maintenance. Regular maintenance of protective equipment is essential to ensure its functionality during lightning events. This includes checking the condition of lightning arrestors, surge protectors, grounding systems, and insulation. Ensuring that all connections are solid and free from corrosion is also crucial. Regular inspections and maintenance help identify potential issues before they become critical, ensuring the reliability of the electrical system. In conclusion, to protect power systems from lightning, a comprehensive protection scheme is crucial. This involves combining lightning arrestors, grounding systems, shielding, insulation coordination, and maintenance to reduce equipment damage, outages, and safety risks. A well-designed protection strategy not only ensures the continuity and reliability of electrical supply, but also enhances the overall resilience and efficiency of the power infrastructure. Here, we bring today's class to an end. If this tutorial is insightful to you, please support the channel by subscribing and sharing the video. Thank you for doing that, and bye for now.